Awesome.
You're being recorded. Thanks.
Okie dokie, come on up. And we'll just start with our warm up. So over to the side, around front, over to the other side, and slightly back. Letting the upper body just angle, relaxed. Let the head move with the body. And one more. Back and over, and then switch directions. And up. Letting the arms hang loose. Tummy is tight here. Protect the lower back and reach up as you go back instead of just kind of bending. Last circle this side. And go ahead and roll on up. Make sure you're not going to hit anything, and we'll do our big arm rolls to the back. And switch, come forward. Last one. Hands wherever you need them to be. Push the hips out. And nice big circles. Letting the body go the opposite direction as the hips. Last one. And switch. Pushing around. Two more here. And last one. Excellent. Go ahead and come on down. All the way onto your back. Knees are bent. Coming straight out from your hips. And we are going to roll up each vertebrae and down each vertebrae. So really press the back into the floor by engaging the core, and then squeeze the tush, squeeze the legs, press into the floor with your feet, and roll up. We're gonna speed it up here. So up and down, and up and down, 3 and down, and 4 and down. Keep it up. Make sure that your knees are not opening out to the side when you come up. Make sure you keep them parallel. Up, 2 more, and down, last one. Excellent. Okay, let's get cracking up into our bugs. So find your tabletop position. Make sure your core is engaged. Arms come up, and we tip over to the side, and back, and over, and back. We have 15 today of all of our ab exercises. And over, really engaged to keep you over to the side. The whole side of the body, opposite to the side that you are tipping, is coming off the ground. And back to center, over. We have 10 more, keep it up. And back, and over, and back, and over, and back, and over, and back. 8. Keep it up. And 7. Check in with your legs. Make sure that they haven't started creeping up towards your chest. Make sure you're still in that tabletop position. Your back should be returning all the way to our starting position every time you come back to center. So really engage the abs, really suck the belly button in to the spine so that you make contact all the way from the base of the spine all the way up. Keep going. This is our last 3. Here we go. 3 to center, over to center, and 2 to center, and over and center. Last one. Push yourself here and over. Excellent. Into our reverse curls. Again, if you've been doing them with your legs straight, maybe try doing them with your legs bent and see if you get a different reaction there, or you can go back to straight or bent, up to you. Hands are down or above, and we lift. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 5 more. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Excellent. Stay there. Pencil legs up to the ceiling, straight out from your hips. Don't let them come towards your face. And we drop it for 1, 2, open and close. And drop and open and close. And 3 and open and close. And 4 and open and close. And 5 and open and close. And 6 and open and close. When you go over to the side or open to the side, make sure that you are only allowing the legs to go out to the side where they meet the hips. Again, don't bring them up towards your chest. So for those of you who are bendy, we're trying to keep them straight out from the hips. 5 more, down and open and close. And 4 and open and close. 3 and open and close. 2 and open and close. Last one and open and close. Excellent. Go ahead and sit on up. Find your position for your infinity abs. So make sure you are nice and set up tall. Then you can roll and curl back down. So we're just curling our lower back here. Hand comes in front and we scoop down behind us for 1 and 2. Make sure that your elbows are scooping up after you go down to draw that kind of infinity sign with your elbows. That makes sense. 10 more. And 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 from the waist. 4 and 3, 2, last one. Excellent. Come on down to your side. We will go into our accordion abs. So making sure that you are stacked properly first. And then your top arm behind the head, bending the bottom leg if you need stability. And then the top leg bends, elbow goes towards it, and we lift. 1 and down. And 2. Really squeeze those obliques. Body is coming up sideways. 10 more. 10 and 9, 8 and 7, 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Excellent. Come on to your other side. Laying out, stacking up, arm goes behind, Bend the bottom knee if you need to, and we lift up and down, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10. 5 more. 5. Make sure you're breathing. 4, 3, squeeze, 2, last 1. Excellent. You can go ahead and stay here. Make sure you're stacked again. Come up onto your elbow if it feels more comfortable. Bottom leg is going to come up to the front. You are flexing the bottom leg. Really press to the heel. We have inner thigh lifts. We have 30 of them. And we start now. Up and down. 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Keep going. 11, 12, and 13, 14, 15. We are halfway there. Keep it up. Really press through that heel. Really squeeze the leg. So make sure you're feeling the entire leg working all the way up to the glute. So really fire it up, 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 and squeeze, and squeeze. 5 more. 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Excellent. Head on over to your other side. Remember to stack up first. So come down on this side. Make sure that the hips are stacked over each other first, and then you can bring that top leg down, flex through the bottom, and we lift. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, and 9, and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're already halfway there. Keep it up. Really, really focus on squeezing that whole leg, pressing through the heel, and lift, and 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Excellent. Go ahead and come on up to hands and knees. If you need something to pad your knees, make sure that you get that taken care of. We have 40 fire hydrants today. So really make sure that you're in the proper position. If you start getting tired and you feel that your body is coming out of proper alignment, take a break. Try not to push through this without the proper alignment, especially with lower back and stuff involved. You're better off going slower, doing the proper alignment, and getting less repetitions in than you are trying to push through in the wrong position. So make sure that the fingers are splayed, wrists, elbows, shoulders are stacked right over each other. We're already engaging our core, pulling our belly button into the spine. Hips and knees are in alignment, and we want to make sure that we're not all the way forward with our weight and not all the way back. We are evenly distributed, and try when you start raising that, whatever leg you're raising, that you don't tip over from one side to the other. I know it's hard. Okay, here we go. 40, and lift, and down, up, and down, squeeze, and down, lift, and down, and up, and down. Keep going. Your gaze should be in between your fingers or in between your hands and just slightly above the fingertips. This should create a nice long neck, so you're not tensing your neck. Keep it up. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We're halfway there. Keep going. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, 9 and 10. 10 more. 10 and 9. Keep breathing. 8, 7, 6 and 5 and 4 and 3, 2. Last one. Excellent. Sit back. Clasp your fingers together. Roll out your wrists. Rolling them one way. And then switch directions. Rolling them back. And then just shake them out really quick. And we will go over to our other side. Again, really important. Make sure that you are in proper alignment here. Start out with the best form to begin with. And when you are ready, we will lift and down and squeeze and down and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Keep it up. Check in. If you hyperextend your elbows, slightly bend them so that they're facing inward. Make sure that your tummy is still engaged. Nice long back. Up. That is 20. 20 more. Up. And 2. And 3. And 4. 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. 9. 10 more, guys. 10. And 9. And 8. 7. 6. And 5. 4. And 3. And 2. Last one. Up. Yay. Sit back. Clasp your fingers in the opposite direction. It should feel uncomfortable or not right. Roll the wrists out and then switch directions. Back through. And then just shake it out. We are going to come up to stand. We have 40 plie squats to finish us off. So find your nice wide stance. Find your nice low hips. Feet are turned out, heels are coming forward, and the hips are down. Find where your hips are as low as you can get, and then make sure that your knees are right over your ankles. Stand up, squeeze the tush, bring the hips kind of forward, up and down, so that you're in between those two imaginary sheets of glass. 40, here we go. Down and up, and down, and squeeze. 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. Keep it up. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 9. We are halfway there. Keep going. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure you're going up and down. Body isn't coming forward or back. Knees are pressing out to the sides as you come down. As low as you can get. and squeeze to stand up. 10 more. 10 and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, almost there. 2, last one. Yay. Okay, if you need to leave, thank you for doing this. We will see you tomorrow. Enjoy your Friday. I think it's Friday. Come to standing if you're gonna cool down. Chin to chest. Let the upper body drape. Roll one vertebrae at a time down. Hands, shins, ankles, or the floor. Bend one knee. Press the weight into that outside hip, opposite to whichever knee you've got bent. And switch. Really think about bringing the sits bones from facing like down or back to like facing upward. So almost like somebody's pulling it to face upward. And switch. One more time each side. And last one. And then just come to center, bend both knees, let the chest rest onto the thighs, pick the hands up and hold onto the elbows. Take a nice deep breath here, almost to the point that it's pushing you off your thighs. As you exhale, let the whole upper body relax and see if you can transfer the weight towards your toes. Keeping the knees bent here. And then find the floor, bend your knees all the way, and come to sit. Legs out in front, make sure you're sitting up nice and straight on the sits bones. Pick a knee, bend it, cross it over, tuck the other one, come back to sitting. It is so important that you are on those sits bones here, or you won't really get the stretch. Take that knee, pull it forward towards your chest as you pull the shoulders back, engaging the back, almost trying to get your shoulder blades to touch. And just maybe even close your eyes here and listen to your breath as you inhale and exhale. One more inhale here. As you exhale, let go of the stretch. Opposite arm on the other side of that bent knee. Sit up straight first, and then press into that knee with that arm and twist. Breathing here again. You can do this all with closed eyes if you want, turning it into kind of a meditation as well. Great for the brain, great for the mind. And unwinding, go ahead and take that leg off. Both go back to straight. Make sure that you're nice and up and even first. Then take the knee, opposite knee, bend it over, bend the bottom one if you want, and then come and sit back up. So you don't actually have to have that foot touching the ground. So if it comes up off the floor, that's fine. Whatever it needs to do in order to have that hip solid on the ground. Take the knee, pull it into the chest. And you can always adjust when you're sitting here. If you don't feel anything, move the leg around until you do feel something. We are all built differently, so not everything will work for everyone. As long as there's no pain, it's good. We just want to feel a stretch. And exhaling here, opposite arm comes across the knee, sit up tall first, and then you can push into this. Try to relax the body where you can. That's why it's great to close your eyes and just check in with the body. See where you're holding tension and just see if you can ask it just to relax and go away. Take one more big, Deep breath here. And as you exhale, go ahead and come back to center. Uncross your legs. Come down onto your back. Both legs are straight out. Bend one in. If you have something to go around your foot, go ahead and put it in. Flex the foot, press into the heel. It's almost like you're trying to touch your toes to your shin here. That's how active this should be. And then we just slightly take it over the body to the opposite side of the wall. Keep the flexed foot here. This is where having like a towel or something really helps because you can press into it. But if you don't have a towel or a band or whatever, that's fine. You can still really flex the foot. And then exhale, bring it up to center, drop the towel, bend the knee, and we are going to take it across the body, allowing the hips to come up. Shoulders stay equal onto the ground, and the chest is straight up to the ceiling, relaxing here. Your arms can be straight out to the side, unless you have a wall, and they can't. And then coming back to center, go ahead and straighten that leg down. Bend the opposite knee in. Take whatever you have. Flex the foot up, straight out of the hip socket, so it's not coming towards your face. It's going straight up. Make sure that the other leg is active too, either by pointing the foot or flexing it. And then we take that leg across the body. Really breathing here. Every time you exhale, see if you can go a little bit further. One more big inhalation. And as you exhale, bring it back to center. Bend the knee, drop your towel, and the knee comes over the body, over to the side. Shoulders are still both on the ground, chest facing up to the ceiling. And again, if you get any kind of pinching in that top hip, go ahead and just play with where that knee needs to be. Maybe the leg needs to be straight. Maybe it needs to be down more or up more. Just play around with your body so that this all feels comfortable. We want to stretch, but we also don't want to be in pain. And take it back into center. Bring both legs up. Go ahead and find a way up to seated. Cross your legs. Take your legs and cross them whatever way you normally don't. So go opposite of what your normal leg crossing is. And then just a couple shoulder rolls here. And go the opposite way. And you can make these as big as you want or as little as you want. Up to you. And then we're done. That is day 22. We are almost done with the challenge.